Greetings and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the ESL India Premiership. It's Season 1, Starter Cup number 2. Round 1 going on here with Bigot Gaming going up against Bigot Gaming, I believe that's how it's pronounced, going up against Team Pegasus. Pegasus on the Radiant side, you've got Bigot on the Dire. First pick, starting things off, you've got the Lich getting picked up by Bigot Gaming. Crystal Maiden was the first pick from Pegasus. Disruptor going to be following it up for Bigot Gaming. So the draft, as you have already noticed, is underway, with the Lion and the Spectre getting banned out on the Dire side, with Pegasus opting to ban out two middle laners, with the Tinker and the Invoker getting removed. They've now got themselves that second pick Undying, and well, I can't say that either side has a massive advantage so far in the draft just yet, although Disruptor, the most picked hero at the Manila Major, does seem to be going in favor of Bigot Gaming, so the power of that glimpse into a Static Storm catch potential is definitely real. And Pegasus will have to watch their toes here. But as things stand, there's not too much on the side of Bigot Gaming to deal with the Undying Tombstone. Bringing it down is going to be quite the tall order, and if it is an off-lane Undying, possibly a dual lane this time around, I don't think that the Lich and the Disruptor are going to be enough of a duo to deal with that tanky Undying in the off-lane. But for those of you just tuning in, I'm CloudX. I'm going to be solo casting this matchup for you. You're watching the ESL India Premiership, organized by Northern Gaming. And this is a best of one matchup, which means one of these two teams will unfortunately be knocked out of this tournament. And they will be forced to try once again in Starter 3 if they want to make it through to the LAN, aka Challenger Cup number 1. Dazzle's going to be the third ban. Very unconventional draft coming out here from both teams. But I do want to open up the patch notes again. Give me a moment, guys. I'll be right back.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, apologies for that, folks. A bit too windy here where I'm sitting today. There could have been a little bit of background noise. Hopefully things are okay on the stream. We haven't missed too much so far, with the OD actually getting banned out by Bigot Gaming on their 4th ban, while Lifestealer and the Sven get removed by Pegasus. So Lifestealer, Sven I can get behind. Lifestealer again one of the more picked heroes at the recently concluded Manila Major, but I mean, I get that OD's got a bit of a buff in the latest patch, but I'm not sure if it's enough to justify him coming back into the meta. So I'm quickly gonna see if I can find the 6.88 changelog so we can have a little more insight. I'm still getting used to the new patch myself, so there are a few changes that should affect the meta, but I really feel like the biggest revelation of the meta is gonna happen at ESL Frankfurt, and then of course at TI. Usually TI forges its own meta, but I feel like ESL Frankfurt that's happening this weekend is going to be a bit of a precursor, if nothing else. We're going to get a small taste of what the TI meta is going to be like and who the top contenders will be going into Valve's most prestigious event for the year. But as far as the picks in this game go, you've got a Disruptor getting picked second. Disruptor did get a little bit of a nerf, where the Static Storm silence no longer lingers for 0.5 seconds after the duration is over. So I feel like that's more of a bug fix than an actual nerf to him. So it's not really a reason to stop picking the Disruptor, but we're seeing a Gyro and a Bristleback getting picked up by Bigot Gaming. So Bristleback, yeah, I don't think he was touched in the patch. Gyro, the Aghanim Scepter side gunner got a bit of a buff. The attack interval has been improved from 1.4 to 1.2, but again, I don't think we're gonna get to see the Ags on the Gyro. Not something that you build on him regularly. Whereas Pegasus is opted to pick up the Zeus. Now Zeus did get another slight buff, with the Arc Lightning cooldown being reduced by 0.15 seconds, or yeah, basically by 0.15 seconds. That's again, it's a little bit of a cooldown reduction, but I wouldn't say it's really that impactful or that much of a reason to pick the Zeus. But in this particular game, Zeus does work well, I'd say. Zeus is great versus heroes that have high HP pools, like the Bristleback, the static, well, the Arc Lightning with the passive. Why the hell can't I remember the passive here? The static field, yeah, I actually got confused with the Static Storm and the static field. So static field is percentage based damage. It's based on the percentage of the hero's current HP. So the more percentage HP you do on the Bristleback when he's at full health, the more effective it is to spam out those arc lightnings on him. But also you've got the Thunderbolt that can really chew straight through the Disruptor and the Lich if they caught out of position. So Pegasus, now they're gonna add to their magic damage with the Sand King coming out as well. Sand King with the reliable lockdown from the Burrow Strike, and well, the Epicenter, of course, one of the most game-winning spells, or the most game-changing spells, if you can pull off a massive Epi with a blink. But again, with the Disruptor glimpse of Sand King back, it might not be as effective as he liked. But we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. The final bans coming on the board here. You've got a Puck getting removed from Team Pegasus, while Silencer gets eliminated by Bigot Gaming.
5 seconds remaining.
Heroes that are still in the pool. The Alchemist is an option if Bigot wants to run for their middle lane. They do seem like they want a middle lane hero. Pegasus is probably going to run the Zeus at mid, in which case they need a carry. The Slark is still an option here if they want to go that route. Anti-Mage, if they're feeling a little greedy, could be a choice as well. Alternatively, if they really want to deal with the magic damage coming out from Bigot Gaming, the Huskar is something that could definitely be pulled out here. That could be the ace up their sleeves here for Pegasus, having that Huskar as their one position hero. It's a really good pick versus the Disruptor and the Gyrocopter, I'd say. But the Bristleback with the physical damage from the Quill Spray and the armor reduction from the Sticky Nasal Goo, or the Viscous Nasal Goo as it's called in Dota 2. I think yeah, Bristleback would work versus the Huskar. Alternatively, they could even go for the Juggernaut. No, they'll go with the Void. I was thinking of the Juggernaut because the heal from the Healing Ward has synergy with the Undying Soul Rip. They'll have a ton of heals under their belt, and there's no option for Bigot to pick up that Ancient Apparition, but they'll get themselves the Void for now. Again, a hero that is very susceptible to that Disruptor.
10 seconds remaining.
For Bigot though, they've got lots of AoE damage with the Gyro. They've got a tanky core on the front lines with that Bristleback, and they've got two very solid supports. Just not sure if the supports are really the best to deal with an offlane Undying though. Last pick for Bigot, what do they go for here? As their mid option, Alchemist, Lina, Templar Assassin, all very viable. Queen of Pain if they want to play early aggression. They could even go for a DK if they're looking for something more tanky. That would also give them a tool needed to push the towers, but no, they'll get the Alchemist. And that is another hero that fits really well into this lineup. They've got lots of space creating heroes with the Gyro Disruptor and a Lich. And also the fact that pretty much every hero on the side of Bigot Gaming can have an Aghanim's upgrade going their way. My apologies guys, wrong overlay there for a second. Misclicked the hotkey. But yes, we are back. And fortunately though, there's a pause coming out here from both teams actually. Bigot has a massive disconnection going their way. Alright, so we're going to use this time to analyze the draft a little bit. Pegasus on the Radiant side, they've got a lot of early game aggression. They've got the old school Chronosphere with the Epicenter jumping in combo, but that is all contingent on whether or not the Sand King can get a quick blink dagger. They've also got the Zeus with oodles of magic damage, but I feel like the Alchemist is a great hero to lane versus the Zeus. For the fact that Alchemist drops down the Acid Spray and Zeus has to be really cautious about where he steps. He can of course continue to push out the waves with the Arc Lightning, but all that really means is that Bigot's gonna have to get themselves a few extra consumables and maybe even an early magic stick on the Alchemist at mid, and he should be a-okay. But since we've got all 10 players loading into the lobby, let's start off with the introductions. You're watching the ESL India Premiership organized by Nodwin Gaming. I'm CloudX, solo casting this one for you. On the Dire side, you've got Gyrocopter played by... Come on, man, be original. What is up with people just copying names from global pros? Sumail wannabe on the Gyro. You've got Uzi BP Tech on the Alchemist. You've got Bristleback handled by Shooty Marsh. Disruptor going to be played by Niku. And lastly, it's Chapate, a fancy way of saying chapati, on the Lich. Pegasus on the Radiant side. You've got Mad Max on the Undying. Insane on the Crystal Maiden. You've got Zeus handled by Luffy. Void's gonna be played by Q, and Sand King handled by SUV.
Seconds to battle.
And don't forget, folks, his name is trademarked, so no one else can name themselves SUV. Yeah, another disconnection. So Indian Dota, best Dota, infra issues all over the place, and really, I don't even blame them. This happens to every single player at least once or twice a month. And as casters, we're not immune to infra issues as well, so there could be hiccups on the stream. Let me apologize for those in advance if there are any. But we spoke about what Pegasus needs to do. They've got that epi combo with the chrono and whatnot. They've got a lot of early game potential, but for Bigot, I'm not going to discount their early game fighting phase either. They've got the Bristleback who comes online really quickly if he's given free reign in the off lane. And given that he's up against the Sand King, Crystal Maiden and a Void, I don't think there's too much they can do to shut him down there. And also you've got to remember the fact that Disruptor with the catch potential versus the Void, it's something that could be used to set up those surprise ganks. Not to mention Gyro, who brings a lot of magic damage right from the early game phase. So Bigot Gaming, they've got the tools needed to cruise through the early game phase and fight versus Pegasus' aggression. And they've also got scalability into the late game phase with the Alk, Bristleback and the Gyrocopter. They've effectively got a 3-core lineup. Eventually, if there's Aghanim Scepters being dished out to everyone and their teammates, it really does start to get scary. The ultra late game phase would be very, very advantageous for Bigot Gaming. Oh, we've actually got a resume coming out. 4 versus 5 here. Lich is still disconnected. His net isn't working. This is not cool. Missed first blood looking at the disconnected hero. My mistake there, folks. Looks like Pegasus will score a kill on the Gyrocopter. So Sand King's going to be the one to get off the mark there. Bounty Rune will be picked up by the Sand King as well. This is not a support Sand King then. It's a support Undying? Okay, I'm not too sure about what's going on here, because he started off with 2 gauntlets of strength and a salve, but then Mad Max, you'd have expected him to go the support route, but no, he's picked up stout shield and consumables as well. So they're just going to be fighting for CS in this top lane by the looks of it. This is a little worrisome, but it is a strong duel off lane with the Sand King and the Undying. Gyro's been left to his own devices here. You've got Niku coming in, and unfortunately the Lich has disconnected, and no one's even bothering to micro him and even use that sacrifice time and again to help him keep his levels up. So this is effectively turned into a 4 versus 5 game in a best of 1 knockout. Not the way that Bigot wants to approach this. Let's just hope that the Lich comes back eventually. Alright, so bottom lane you've got Q on the Void. Shooty Marsh. He started with a magic stick of his own, so he's gonna be fairly survivable in that bottom lane. But a quick look at the CS shots reveals that, yeah, the Bristleback is taking the lead. He's at 5 CS now with 1 deny added to his name. And they've got magic sticks on the side of the Void as well, so they should be able to deal with this Bristleback quill spray spam. He's picked up a Ring of Basilius, so he's got that extra bit of armor, not to mention the mana regen coming out for him. But yeah, okay, looks like they're gonna use the Lich to just stack up the camps now, so putting him to use if nothing else. Bottom lane, Insane's taking a beating here. The quill spray stacks are starting to stack up, and unfortunately for Shooty Marsh, he's got no more mana and he can't continue the chase. It was also a level 1 quill spray. I mean, when you're playing against a Bristleback and he runs through all of his mana at level 1 or level 2, you can feel secure for the rest of the laning phase, knowing that he's got nothing else. And if the Crystal Maiden had a salve on her, she could have definitely come back right in and zoned out the Bristleback entirely. But for now, it'll be Bristleback popping the salve for himself and waltzing around this lane. It's still free reign of this map for him. While middle lane, you've got 9 CS on Uzi, while the disconnected Lich, he actually dies in the jungle while trying to stack. So someone has been messing around with their micro here. But yeah, not the worst situation. He died to a neutral creep, so it looks like Pegasus will get no benefits off of that. Well, Niku, he'll find the D ward, but it does come at the cost of blocking out the camp himself. He's dropped the sentry dab smack within the spawn box. He'd probably want to drop it somewhere out here outside to ensure the D ward without blocking out your own camp. But hey, at least he's gonna get one single pull off. He's not gonna be able to chain the pull because SUV and Mad Max have pulled the creep wave to the side for now. Bottom lane though, Insane's getting run down again. No mana on Shooty Mash. He's got one punch to punch him in the back, but Insane will frostbite and run away. So just the one kill so far. Void not feeling too bothered by this. He's got 11 CS while Bristol's got a good 13 in his own bank account. He's going to be able to get himself the boots as well if he chooses to, although HP regen might be the better choice with the Ring of Health pickup as his first item. Now top lane, how's the farm looking for the Sand and the Undying? They are actually splitting the farm here. So Sand King's got about 6 CS, Undying's got about 7. And it looks like they both got boots online as well, so they could definitely try and make a play here on the Disruptor or the Gyro. Meanwhile, Lich, being the good disconnected support that his teammates need him to be. Someone's trying to micro him to stack the camps, but they might just be a little too late on that one. I'm not sure if... Okay, he's just barely going to get the stack off. Cool. So stack camps being prepped. Bristleback has a catch-up mechanism in the jungle, should he choose to move in there. No Ancients being stacked for now, however. All middle lane Zeus. He's getting outfarmed very heavily here. The Alchemist, he's got himself 3 points in the Grieval's Greed now. That should put him at the top of the net worth chart. 2500 net worth attributed to his name. And he actually didn't opt to pick up the Magic Stick. So he's gone just straight up greedy, picking up the boots and the Soul Ring. No bottle either. He could be dying here if he's not careful. But yeah, Luffy actually opted to put 2 points into the Arc Lightning as opposed to getting more damage from that Lightning Bolt. That will allow Uzi to back away and heal up with the salve. We should expect him to pick up the Armlet this game. The armor would help versus the Void if he tries to trap him with the Chrono. But bottom, you've got Shooty Mouse taking a beating here, but he does have those Quill Spray stacks stacking up on the Void. He's got 10 charges though. He really should be using them a bit more efficiently. Possibly a point in the time dilation would have been great versus a spammer like the Bristleback. You really want to have that time dilation to lock down his cooldown. Top lane, Mad Max drops the Tombstone, will get the Burrow Strike on Sumail. This should be a kill. He's trying to run for it, but he's not getting too far. Mad Max will get the kill. Well, Lich will die once again to the neutral creeps. You know what I think is happening in this jungle right now? I feel like whoever's controlling the Lich has auto attack set to always on. So when they stack the camps and they put the Lich back, the Lich eventually turns around and starts auto attacking these creeps, and the creeps just make mincemeat out of him while they're not looking.
Middle tower is under attack.
We're just 5 minutes in here, and PS has taken a bit of a lead, but they're falling behind in terms of net worth on account of that Alchemist who's free farming. Big stacks in the jungle, so yeah, looks like they won't give the stack to the Bristleback. It's going to be for the Alchemist himself, so they're just going to look to put their weight on the Alchemist's shoulders and hope that he carries them to victory. The stacks are not being contested either, so Alchemist should be able to get that burst of net worth once he goes in there to clean it up. Mad Max, he's found himself an Arcane Rune. Always a pleasure to get that rune on the Undying. You can spam out those decays and even drop down a low cooldown Tombstone. At bottom lane, Q's up to pick up the power treads. He's got 31 CS in the bank with 20 on the Bristleback. No deaths on either of these bottom laners for now. And I feel like the Bristle's getting a lot more out of this lane than he should. He's actually at level 6 while Q's still at level 5. And with the Warpath now online, Q should really consider not trying to trade blows with him. Even though it is 4 versus 5, I feel like Bigot Gaming does have the upper hand here, considering that they are getting the better start in the early game phase. They've lost, well, they've given up 2 kills on the Gyrocopter, but he's got his boots now. He's almost at level 6. And the Alchemist has just been free farming for the most part here. He's at 2100 gold. In fact, he might even skip the Armlet altogether just to get that early Radiance to accelerate his farm rate again. Well, bottom lane, they just cannot make a play here on the Bristleback. If they try with just 2 heroes, they're probably going to end up dying themselves. In fact, Q could be going down right about now. He does have the time walk in 6 seconds time, but Shitty Mouse, he's taking a beating from that tier 1 tower. He's going in deep. Insane. He's taking a lot of damage. This could actually be a death. as he is committing for this. He's got the boots. Insane does have boots as well, but he's slower than the Bristleback, and one more quill spray. That'll be the death of the Crystal Maiden. So the off-lane Bristleback scores a solo kill, even forces out a double rotation from both the top laners. What on earth is going on here? Mad Max and SUV coming down to find absolutely nothing, which allows the Gyrocopter to basically free farm on this top lane now. And this will allow him to catch up on the low CS that he's got right now. He's got 20 CS. In fact, he's actually got more CS than the dual offlane. But yeah, I guess that's because Mad Max and Sand King have just been fighting for CS between themselves. They've both got arcane boosts. You've got an urn on the Sand King, but they're not prioritizing that blink dagger on the SK. Niku's back at bottom though. He's gonna drop down that observer ward. In the jungle, they should spot out Mad Max and Insane's rotations. They don't have a sentry on themselves though. So this means that they shouldn't be giving up a kill at this bottom lane. And Gyro of course knows that he's got no one bearing their fangs at him at top. So he'll continue to pressure this tier 1 tower. Uzi, what's been up my friend? He's at 3500 in gold now, and yeah, it is going to be that relic rush from him as opposed to the armlet. So that'll be the catalyst that he needs to just take him into outer space here. As far as net worth is concerned, he's already leading the charts by a massive lead here. 5,000 net worth to his name. Nobody giving a damn about contesting this Alchemist. This is a big mistake coming out from Pegasus. And I'm calling it. If this game goes on as is, Pegasus is going to lose this 4 versus 5. Lich doesn't have a single point of EXP to his name. He's actually picked up the Frost Blast, so someone scaled that up instead of giving him the Sacrifice. At the very least, they could have denied a couple of creeps using the Sacrifice, and well, Lich would have gotten level 2 eventually that way. But no, they chose to put in the Frost Blast, and you've also got to remember that the stacks are still ready and waiting for the Alchemist. So he's got a relic without cleaning up on stacks. So once he gets the Radiance, the next item is not going to be too far away either. Now with the maxed out Reveal's Read and the maxed out Acid Spray, he could definitely take the stacks quite comfortably. Luffy is rotating up top, but this rotation's been scouted out. In fact, Gyro's coming in with the maxed out Rocket Barrage. What are you thinking, Zeus? He's gonna go down. And Sumail will find him, well, not the real Sumail. Gyro is gonna find himself a kill. And again, pointless rotations being attempted at top. You had the SUV Sand King trying to TP up top. You've already got the Void and the Crystal Maiden sitting around here. Big misplays coming up, but this could be the death of the Gyro if he's not careful. There is a Chronosphere available on the Void. Alchemist meanwhile, 500 gold attributed to his name, bottom lane. A missed Burrow Strike. Shuri Marsh takes this as an invitation to go forward onto SUV. Look at the damage being dished out by this Bristle. SUV's trying to juke, but he's not going anywhere. One more Quill Spray will seal the deal. That's the death of him, and Mad Max is going to be next to follow as well. No magic 6 in either of these two heroes. They get punished. Shuri Marsh once more. He's got his magic wand online. He's still just pounding away on the Zeus. He's even diving past under the tier 1 tower. If he turns around, gets the Thunderbolt on his head, the Lightning Bolt on his head, sorry, as Shuri Marsh will make a run for it now. But again, this Bristleback causing all sorts of chaos here for Pegasus. As Bigot Gaming has now taken the lead. 3,000 net worth and 3,000 EXP going in their favor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Uzi. He's almost got that Radiance online now. 11 minutes in with the Soul Ring or Radiance. His farm rate is going through the roof at this point. 500 GPM. While the Gyros found himself some free farm on the top lane as well. And with that one kill, he started to shoot up in terms of net worth as well. He's only 4th on the net worth board, behind the Void. So they haven't shut him down as effectively as they would have liked. In fact, middle lane now, there was an attempt on Uzi's life, but an unsuccessful one yet again. I'm actually surprised that they're not just Burrow Striking and committing an Epicenter to kill off the Alchemist here. But I'm not even sure if they can once he gets the Chemical Rage off. Luffy again, his rotation scouted out by this dire Observer Ward. He's not going to be able to find the line for a gank anywhere at this point. Uzi, meanwhile, at mid with the Chemical Rage. Again a missed Burrow Strike. What are you doing, SUV? You can't afford to make misplays like that. Concoction. Gonna get thrown down onto the Sand King, but Uzi's in trouble here. He's just manning up, being the bait, while the Gyro comes in with a 2-man call down. Rocket Barrage as well. That's the death of the Alchemist, but Luffy's gonna follow suit as well. So Mel trying to man fight his way through this. The Epicenter comes through. A horrible one, but one that finds the kill on the Gyro anyway. SUV finds that kill, but it does cost them the life of their Zeus. However, they do get the 2 cores on the side of Bigot Gaming, the Alchemist and the Gyrocopter, both going down there in exchange for a Zeus at mid. But Bristle continues to do his thing. He's got a Vanguard online now and is almost unkillable. Well, Alchemist, he's got that full Radiance online now and will be moving into the jungle to clean up on these stacks. Or at least I would assume so. And scoreline 5 and 4 in favor of Bigot. Net worth in their favor along with the EXP following suit. Mad Max taking a beating. Niku, he actually opted to max out the Thunderstrike and put 2 points into the kinetic field. Not the ideal build for a disruptor. You want to max out that glimpse for the pick-off potential, really, or rather the long range pick-off potential. But yeah, both these teams, I mean, they're just screaming inexperience at this point. And I do applaud their efforts for signing up for this tournament. This is the only way that you get experience and you learn. Whichever team loses should probably look at their replay and see what they did wrong. Middle lane, Uzi's gonna get clipped by the Burrow Strike. The Thunderbolt comes on his head as well. The Tombstone's dropped. Shooty Mouse TP's in. On the front lines, the Bristleback bangs his chest and moves forward. King Kong is the name of this man as he's walking forward onto Mad Max. He just wants to dive beyond towers, but no. He'll control his urges and he'll back away as the Tombstone was taken apart behind. Uzi will pop the Chemical Rage now and will move forward. This tier 1 tower not long for life. So the defense is being mounted here. You've got TPs coming in. All 5 heroes from Pegasus moving towards his middle lane. Chronosphere catches out too. The stun onto the Void. He's stuck inside the Chronosphere. Crystal Maiden with the Freezing Field does a lot of damage. They'll even drop down the Thunder God's Wrath from the Zeus, as they've only got the kill on the Disruptor for now. Epicenter channel thrown down as well. Look at the damage from the Quill Spray, but Uzi's coming with the Radiance Burn. He'll get 1 kill on the Sand King and he's looking for more. He'll throw down the Concoction and gets a double kill after cleaning up on the Crystal Maiden. So as the dust settles, I'd say that was totally worth it for Bigot Gaming, giving up their death on the Bristleback and the Disruptor, but getting a double kill on your Alchemist. While the gold change and the EXP change does tilt in favor of Pegasus, I feel like the Alchemist should not be given more gold than he already has. He's got 3,300 now, and the tier 1 tower at top has even gone down, giving Gyrocopter an added infusion of cash. He's actually opted to go greedy himself, going for the Helm of the Dominator as his first item, along with the Ring of Aquila, so that gives him the sustenance to stay in the jungle. But when you've already got a greedy core like the Alchemist, it's probably not the best way to build. I feel like the Drums Phase Boots would have been the best choice, along with, of course, the Magic Wand, given that there's the Zeus and the Undying, both heavy spammers with the Decay and the Arc Lightning. That does add on to your stick charges, which is usually what you'd want to see on the side of Bigot Gaming. Everyone should have built a magic stick, but it's just the Bristleback that's got one. Well, tier 1 at bottom, about to go down. Remember folks, this game is still 4 versus 5 with the Lich still sitting in the fountain at level 1. He hasn't reconnected to this game. Shooty Marsh is on the front lines. His Crimson Guard should be the next item of choice. He's gonna get frostbitten here. There's a TP coming in from the Void as well. Call down, gonna connect beautifully onto 3. The Static Storm thrown down from the Disruptor along with the Zoning Kinetic Field. Mad Max has taken a bit of damage here, but he won't be going down. He'll pop the Flash Golem as well. The fight's not over. Bristle's coming in from behind. This is a massive pincer trap coming out. Insane. He's about to go down here. He will indeed drop to the Quill Spray from the Bristleback on the front lines though. There's the cavalry coming in. Uzi's coming with the Radiance Burn. They're doing work here, as it's 4 down on the side of Pegasus, just none going down on the side of BG. It's an ultra kill for Shooty Marsh's Bristleback, who survives through it all, making it a 5-man team wipe in favor of Bigot Gaming. Pegasus losing everything and getting absolutely nothing in a very bungled up team fight there from both teams. "17 minutes in, 12-6, Bigot Gaming, 4 versus 5, getting a ton of money under their belt. 10,000 net worth in their favor, about 6,000 EXP as well. Uzi's got himself the armlet after the Radiance now, so he's got that extra bit of armor and damage that he needs. I'm assuming he's going to go for the Octarine Core or the Mantis Style as his next item of choice, although an Assault might not be bad either. As for the Gyro, he's got 1,300 gold in his bank account. I'm guessing a BKB would be his item of choice. He really does need the magic immunity versus the Zeus and the Sand King. Even the Crystal Maiden isn't a pushover at this point. Once he gets the Freezing Field channeled up with the Chronosphere, that's a lot of damage that could be done. No Q. He's opted to go for the Vanguard, but not going in towards the Radiance next. He's opted to pick up the Robe of Magi, so I'm assuming this is going to be a Diffusal Blade on the Void. However, it is a tad bit late to be building towards the Diffusal. He's just barely got that Vanguard online and not too much money in the bank thereafter. Buckler online for Mad Max. This is just one of those games that makes you facepalm through and through. Vanguard into a Buckler after Arcane Boots. No one sure of who's going to be supporting and who's going to be farming. Unfortunately, Crystal Maiden seems to be on support duty entirely for now on the side of Pegasus, but they've got just barely a few observers and sentries placed down watching both sides of their jungle. BG, they're playing with just the Disruptor to do the heavy lifting. They were hoping for the Lich to do some of it, but unfortunately his internet has failed him today. Luffy, he's still got those 2 Null Talismans. He's gonna get the Veil online very soon. That'll add to their damage output, and it will have a lot of synergy with the Epicenter as well. But that Blink Dagger still really far off for SUV. He's got about 700 gold to go, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to farm it up as quickly as he would like. 19 minutes in, it's already beyond the mark when even a support Sand King should have got his dagger. But up top, you've got Void sitting in the wings. He's going to get hit by the homing missile. It's a maxed out homing missile though. That is not something I was expecting really. But they will lose the Disruptor on the side of Bigot Gaming, while Void, he's still being run down now. There's another homing missile. No, it's not been sent out. So Meal still going to be backing away while Bristleback continues to charge forward. He doesn't give a damn. Luffy though, fortunately for him, he's got the TP scroll, so he'll be able to save his life. Just gonna quickly look at the fight recap while we can there. How's the Alchemist looking? He's got another 3600 gold in the bank. So he's going for the heart, not the armor build. Just raw HP is the name of the game for him. And I guess I could get behind that, given that the majority of Pegasus's damage is magic damage. But, whoa! That just happened. Casual 80-second cooldown now for the freezing field. They pressed it behind the tier 2 for no damn reason. But I'm not sure if BG got wind of that. Either way, there's the heart on the Alchemist. His HP regen is through the roof, and well, he's got the raw HP to tank through the Epicenter and the freezing field even now. How's the Gyros farm looking? He's actually picked up a... What on earth is going on in this game? I can't for the life of me figure out what is going on behind these item choices. Why would you get a Shadow Blade when you desperately need a BKB this game on the Gyro? I guess it doesn't matter given that Pegasus is not having a great time themselves. What? Okay, looks like Void's going for the Echo Saber. He's opted to get a mixed basket of items. So starting with an Ogre Club, with a casual Robe Magi. Then he's going to finish that Oblivion Staff before finishing the Echo Saber. Very confused item choices on both sides here. And yeah, I do have to criticize them for this. I can't say that I can get behind this, but the way things are going, Bigot Gaming, there's just nothing to bring down this Bristleback and the Alchemist at this point. You can hit them with the Epi, the Thunder God's Wrath, and even inside a Chronosphere with a full freezing field, and I don't think that Bristleback is gonna die. And heck, if you hit him while he's turned around, there's definitely no way he's dying. Heck, you might end up dying to the Quill Spray, the passive Quill Spray spams coming out. One Blade Mail though on this Bristleback, and I think Pegasus is done. Alchemist up to another 2200 gold after the last time we saw him. But there's the Echo Saber picked up on the Void. I'll have to wait and see if he can put it to use. Mid, they're going to drop a Chrono, but Bristol's coming in from behind here. This is a perfect backstab coming out from Shooty Marsh. So Mill's going to go down on his Gyro, but that's not going to be the end of this fight. Static Storm drop down, Epicenter coming through as well. And look at this, Shooty Marsh just refuses to die. He's taken a lot of damage, but he just walks it off like without giving a care in the world. Call down onto 3. Insane's going to go down to it. Homing Missile not even needed. Sumail with the gyrocopter rocket barrage doing work onto Mad Max, while Bristol comes in for round 2. Double kill for the gyro, as the rest of Pegasus just turns tail and runs. That was a buyback on the gyro, but a well worth it one, as he does manage to find himself 2 kills, and he does turn the fight in their favor. And all the while, Alchemist just continues to split push this bottom lane, not even joining his teammates for the fight. Oh, it's come back in here. Concoction channel thrown down, and they'll both stick together. Of course they will. How dare you get stunned without me, says the Zeus. I'm hoping to God that this is going to be either a BKB or an Assault Cuirass now for the Alk. Although, I guess I could get behind the Octarine Core as well. The reduced cooldown on the Chemical Rage, the Life Seal from the Radiance Burn. Not to mention the Acid Spray. I do feel like an Octarine is not a bad choice here. Mid. Q. Getting run down by the homing missile. What are you doing? That's like the 8th impale he's missed this game. And this one could cost him his life. Q's been stunned up long enough for the concoction to be channeled and thrown on his head. But they will frostbite Uzi and try and bring him down here. SUV, he's gonna go down to the Acid Spray and the Radiance Burn. Call down, Static Storm, Uzi's dead, but Mad Max looks like he might follow suit. Nope. He's gonna survive for now. One more Thunderstrike tick might do the job here. No, the Soul Rip keeps him alive. That's a trade that favors Pegasus. They lose their Sand King, but they get the kill on the Alchemist. In fact, that's a massively worth it trade for them. 3,000 gold just for that one kill on the that was a dominating streak taken away by the Undying. So he's finally gonna get the mech, but they've got double mech now. What are you guys doing? 2 mechs do not work. Ugh. Shooty mush. Please show me some good Dota here. He's walking around with the Hot Vanguard, and here we go. They're throwing everything on his head, but it's on his back. Look at the Quill Spray stacks already starting to do work. They're struggling to bring him down here. Gyro's coming in. Epicenter expanded, but he's gonna go down to the Gyro flak cannons. Call down coming through as well. Freezing field as well. Shooty Marsh just refuses to die. He'll bring down the void in his face, and he'll walk away like a boss. Niku, he does have just that 1 point in the glimpse just yet. He can't get in range for it. Insane's gonna get run down by this rock barrage. A few more hits from Samil. He's gonna get the homing missile thrown down soon as well, but there's the bolt coming out from Luffy. Casual Static Storm with the kinetic field, not connecting on him either, but Bristol's back. Bristleback is back for round 2 here. Luffy stun, TP cancel, glimpse casually thrown down as well. That's a dead Zeus, and again, it's about to be a 5-man team wipe on Pegasus, but no, it looks like Bigot Gaming will just back away and take an objective. Yeah, I'm quite certain that this game is over. Bigot Gaming, unless they throw really hard, they shouldn't be losing this game from here now. The cores are just way too tanky. Mad Max is about to drop, with Bristleback getting onto a wicked 6 streak. There's just no killing him at this point. That's the first tier 3 going down. 9 and 20. The score so far, remember, it's a 4v5, potential 4v5 victory here for Bigot Gaming. With the first set of racks is now being threatened. They don't even have the Chronosphere or the Epicenter to work with. And with the Chemical Rage pop from Uzi, he is going for the assault this game. Q stunned up. There's the Burrow Strike coming through. This time it connects onto 2. But SUV will pay for that with his life. Insane's trying to do what he can, but he'll drop first. SUV is going to drop to the Radiance Burn. The Alchemist will get that kill. Disruptor will be the casualty though, as the Zeus drops down the Thunder God's Wrath, and there it is. GG, well played, has been called by Q, aka the Faceless Void. And it looks like he knows it as well as we do, that they've been beaten. However, it does look like someone's cancelling the GG. Q does want to tap out though. The rest of his teammates not willing to give up just yet. Looks like Bigot Gaming might just have to finish this game. Nope, looks like the Ancient will fall, so Pegasus knows that they're done for. And that'll be the end of the road for them. Not the most entertaining blend of Dota, or rather not the most high skill blend of Dota here, but hopefully you guys have been entertained today, as Bigot Gaming will move forward in the ESL India Premiership. I'm CloudX, you're watching the Premiership organized by Nordwind Gaming. I'll see you guys next time around, but don't go anywhere if you're a CSGO fan, as there will be some CSGO matches coming up next. Stay tuned.